It's sad to say, but a lot of these things, get discarded and thrown away. And these are historical pieces. These are very important pieces to the trade. It's just figuring out how to have these old relics make sense in the modern world or in modern barbershops. It's kind of a bummer when people don't strive for it and just say, fuck it, I'm gonna go buy a plastic barber pole and that's it. That's good enough for me. Or maybe because it's painted all black, I'm gonna do that. And it's sad. There's enough of these and different variants where people can have them. People can have these nice pieces rather than, going out to major manufacturers, these people with these companies with huge carbon footprints, and it's not necessary. Rather than just like having something like this, trying to find, parts here and there, like this stuff already exists, why not use it? Obsessive? I mean, obviously, I had my own vision of what I thought a shop should be. So I started looking early on. My buddy Tim, turned me on to my first piece. I'll show you that one at the shop. And then I just kept looking and buying and buying and buying. And then I relied on, some people to work on these for me, but it'd take like 6 months and a lot of money. And I'm like, oh fuck, man, like, how hard is it? Unreasonable when it comes to the standards of how much I work and kind of what I expect out of people. I'm told that I work a lot and I don't have reasonable views on what a normal work week should be. I started going to barber college about 9 years ago. We're just about the 9-year mark. And from that point to now, like the longest stint of time I've taken away from the shop is 5 days. When I see people taking like 2-week vacations or longer than that, I don't understand how someone can do that. I'll be out of work for like 3 days. I'm like, okay, let's go. I mean, I love what I do. I'm fortunate. I'm one of those people who got to do what they love, and I don't come here and complain. I'm like, oh man, I got to go to work. Oh, my boss is going to be on my ass again. I get to come here. I work with my friends. I get to see all my friends. I get to make new friends. Like, I'm extremely fortunate in that regard. Definitely caring, obviously, my trade and my craft and, the people in my life. That means everything to me. If there's one thing that I leave a lasting mark on, I hope it's with other shop owners and practitioners, and for them to truly understand what community is, to touch up how there's a lack there of it. A lot of people like to, use the community card and, don't necessarily abide by it or don't contribute to it. Other businesses in the neighborhood, and they have to understand that this is not a one-horse game. If you're up on someone, pull them up with you. The better that everyone does around you, the better it is for you. So what sustainability means to me is, utilizing the opportunity to turn something that either was discarded or trashed, because believe it or not, most of the stuff you've seen in here was like trash or unworthy of people's possession, or it was literally garbage. But I get to find this stuff, I get to breathe new life into it, and people come in here and they're like, oh, these are beautiful, these are incredible. It's like, well, that pole up there was leaning on like a woody chassis for like 30 years, and the guy, is waiting to get broken. And, I don't have to rely on, these huge companies to mass produce essentially new garbage, and it has a short lifespan, and eventually we'll just have a shorter lifespan than what this stuff will have, and it'll just get thrown away, So not playing into that and theoretically recycling all this stuff is huge, because if you don't have to take part in mass consumption and, feeding like the machine, like, then why would you? Sustainability means giving things a second chance. And as people, we know, second chances can be everything. And sometimes it's all we have left.